Well, here we are again. It has been an intense week of voting, and you have been more than eager to do so, given that we got by far the largest turnouts a preliminary round has seen so far.
A total of 33 songs were in the running for 14 spots in the quarterfinals, with 7 spots per heat being awarded. Now, it is time to reveal who made it and who has to go home already.
Let's not waste your time and get to it. Now, we got a bit inspired by our colleagues at Worldvision to make this presentation a bit more exciting, and so we will present 3 countries each time, with one of them qualifying. As for the other 2, they don't have to worry just yet, as they can still qualify at a later point as well. We will begin this by looking at the first 3 countries, which are Palestine, Baker Island, and Croatia. We can confirm that the first country to go to the quarterfinals is Palestine.
They were really unlucky last time, being robbed in the preliminary round against all odds. But now, Palestine returns to the quarterfinals. Let's see if we get another returning quarterfinalist or a first-time one next when revealing the next trio of countries. We now look at Wake Island, Mayotte, and Brunei for the second qualifier. We can confirm that said qualifier is Wake Island.
Indeed, a country that never made it to the quarterfinals before, though in all fairness they only debuted last edition. Now let's proceed with the next set of countries. Our third qualifier will be either Afghanistan, Cuba, or Niue. Only Cuba has escaped the preliminaries so far out of these 3, but will it be the one to do it here as well? We can confirm that Cuba is indeed the third qualifier.
The day that the world will blow up. The day that the world will blow.
We already reached the halfway point of this heat, and it has been quite intriguing so far. Let's see if it will remain that way with the next 3 countries, which we can confirm to be American Samoa, Ecuador, and Portugal. All 3 of these have been in the quarterfinals before. One will for sure do it again this time. And that one is Portugal.
Time to leave the past behind.
She was robbed in Worldvision, but at least she's not robbed today as well. Congratulations to Aoife for qualifying here. Let's see who else avoids being robbed today when we look at the next set of countries. And that set consists of Croatia, Czechia, and Baker Island. One of these 3 will jump in joy now, but which one is it? We can confirm that the 5th qualifier is Croatia.
Indeed, another artist avenging a robbery, given that she unfairly didn't even qualify to the Dora final earlier this year. Either way, this puts her in a prime position for the legendary Battle of the Anandas, assuming her Brazilian counterpart doesn't flop earlier. Oh well, let's look at the next set of countries, which consists of Brunei, Afghanistan, and Mayotte. One of them will be the 6th qualifier of this heat, but which one is it? Well, it is Mayotte.
In a rainfall, in a flood that could drown all our sorrows. In a prayer, in a God, like a
Turns out when you pair the most successful representative of Wallace and Fortuna with a territory that made it to the final on its debut, it can qualify from this heat as well. Best of luck to you for your remaining journey. Well, and with that, we already reached the 7th and final qualifier of this heat. Like in Eurovision, there won't be any set of 3 to reveal this. Instead, any of the 11 remaining countries can still qualify. Which one will it be? Will it be one of the 2 debutantes in this heat, or will a previous participant reach a quarterfinal at last? The last qualifier from Heat 1 is American Samoa.
You are my missing piece. Our souls are intertwined. I'm made to love you.
Well, those were the qualifiers from the first heat, and while the remaining songs here have sadly not made it, some of them were quite close to doing so. We hope to see many of you back next edition. Now, 16 countries can still be hopeful today, which are the ones from the second heat. Therefore, let's take a look at those. Same procedure here, where we will call up another 3 countries to reveal each qualifier before giving you the one who actually made it. Or at least made it first. Who knows what will happen to the remaining 2? We begin this with the group consisting of Turkmenistan, Lithuania, and Jamaica. We can confirm that of these 3, the first qualifier is Lithuania.
I've heard of freedom with the wind we're passing by. I've heard them speaking that the world was going dry.
They haven't ever qualified for another round until last time, when they reached a glorious 10th place. Who knows, maybe Lithuania can do it again. They sure took the first step for that. Well, before they do, let's take a look at the next set of countries, which are Fiji, Kiribati, and Cyprus. One of these 3 is qualifier number 2, but which one will it be? The second qualifier from Heat 2 is Cyprus.
Salma Hayek in the sun. Isn't Thelma on the run? Your ex is hitting you up, but you no longer give a fuck.
After their early exit last edition, Cyprus returns to the quarterfinals. Oddly enough, every time they reach them so far, they finish 12th there. Perhaps this edition can break that trend and get them to the semifinals. We will find out soon enough. But first, the next 3 countries are hoping for a spot in the quarterfinals. These next 3 are France, Romania, and the Cayman Islands. Can France or Romania continue their streak of making it out of the preliminaries, or will the Cayman Islands be redeemed after their early debut exit? Qualifier number 3 is the Cayman Islands.
I guess this is the feeling.
They couldn't make it this far last time. Now the Cayman Islands finally advanced to another round. Congratulations to you. We of course also want to congratulate the 4th qualifier of this heat, which will be either Germany, Turkmenistan, or Pakistan. None of these 3 have made it to the quarterfinals last edition. In fact, Pakistan wasn't even in that edition, aside from a quick jury vote in the final. Now, one of them will advance for certain. And that one is Germany.
After their worst ever result last edition, Germany is back in the quarterfinals. It remains to be seen how far they go from there, as just like Cyprus, every quarterfinal appearance of the country so far ended in 12th place. Who knows, maybe Julika will break that trend for them now. Up next are Fiji, Uzbekistan, and Greenland for the 5th qualifying spot of this heat. Will we see a debutante, a returnee, or a country that had its worst ever result last time go through here? In either case, this qualification would be a step up for that country. And said country is Greenland.
Now, we sadly can't show you the Greenlandic song here due to the copyright police being unusually strict on it, but I guess that makes it only more impressive that they qualified nevertheless. Congratulations to you. Well, and with that, let's go over to the 6th qualifier of this heat, which will be either Curaçao, Wallis and Futuna, or France. None of these 3 have ever failed to make it out of the preliminary round, but with only 2 qualifiers left, at least one of them unfortunately will do so this edition. We can at least tell you that the country that will not meet this fate and instead qualify right now is Curaçao.
They want to avenge their robbery of last edition, and so far the odds of that happening haven't become worse. Congratulations to you. Well, that brings us to the moment of truth. Which of the 10 remaining countries will be our last qualifier? We can already confirm that the race for the last spot has been really tight, with multiple countries coming close. Now, these are presented in random order, so it is of course possible that the last qualifier to be revealed wasn't even part of said close race, but none of the remaining countries should be too confident given that surprise non-qualifications are part of this contest's DNA. Well, qualifier number 7 from Heat 2 is Jamaica.
Congratulations to Jamaica for making it to their first quarter-final, especially after the copyright police ruined their chances last time. With that, we have a complete lineup of qualifiers. We of course want to applaud our non-qualifiers from this second heat as well, given that they put up great fights on their own. However, not everyone can make it, and therefore we have to say goodbye to them now. Better luck next time.
Well, with that, shall we look at where the qualifiers will perform next?
The allocation was done like last edition, where a single draw over all 14 countries was conducted, but no more than 2 and no less than 1 country per heat was allowed to be drawn into the same quarterfinal. As last time, 2 countries haven't yet been drawn into any quarterfinal due to the amount of qualifiers not being divisible by 4, so they will go into a second draw at the end of the preliminary round.
Well, that's it for today. Tomorrow, Heat 3 and 4 will open, where we hope many of you will vote once again. As for us, I will be back in Heat 5, while Marie will return in Heat 8. Until then, bye.